Hey weather folks, Alicia here. This week's video is about how to get ready for a hike in Waterton. Now, I live about 40 kilometers north of Waterton National Park, and I go there as much as I can. It is stunning because it's this place where the prairies meet the Rockies. Very dramatic.
But the same topography that makes this park absolutely gorgeous, even in the spring, is topography that makes it quite steep at times. Now, I'm not going to tell you that there's not beginner hikes in Waterton, because there definitely is. There's lots of hikes that go along the rolling foothills of this park. But if you want to go up onto the tops of the mountains, you are going to be dealing with steep trails that challenge even the most experienced of hikers.
But I've got 3 fitness tips for you that you can implement to make those trails feel easier. The last one is one you can implement even if your hike is tomorrow. But this first tip, you're definitely going to want to start 8 to 12 weeks before you get out there hiking.
And that tip has to do with cardio training. So when you're going up a really steep hill and you're lifting your body weight, plus your pack, plus your snacks and your water and all that, your body isn't going to be able to make enough energy using just the aerobic or with oxygen pathways. It's going to rely a little bit on your anaerobic pathways. All that means is that when you're doing cardio training to get ready for hiking season, you shouldn't just be doing slow, easy cardio. You should also incorporate some more intense, shorter intervals. Now, my clients are often surprised to learn that cardio is super transferable. So work that you do, let's say on the bike or the rower, is actually going to translate pretty well to when you're out on the trails. But whether you're cycling or rocking around your neighborhood with your hiking backpack on, you want to make sure that you're spending 30 to 60 seconds working hard and then incorporating longer recovery periods of low intensity zone 2 work. Now, if you don't know what zones are, I've got a video all about that I'll link to below, and how to figure them out if you don't have a heart rate monitor. But essentially, you just want to make sure that you're working at a high intensity to work on that anaerobic capacity, and then you want to work at a lower intensity to work on your aerobic capacity as well.
And if you're just getting back into activity, let's say you've had a more low-key winter and you are starting to think about spring and summer hikes, now is the time to start. And we actually have a free resource that you can use to get yourself started. We have a 30-day free downloadable PDF program. I'm going to link to it below. It's going to have more information on what this kind of interval zone training is when it comes to hiking. Now, speaking of that program, it addresses cardio, but it also addresses strength training, because those steep climbs we love aren't just demanding more oxygen, they're also putting more force through your bones, your joints, your ligaments, and your tendons. Now, this added force is not a bad thing. In fact, it can increase your longevity as you get older to be exposed to higher forces. But you want to make sure that you're spreading out those forces through your body and that your body's ready for those force increases. There's one joint in particular I like to focus on with hikers. Believe it or not, it's your ankle joints. When walking on those steeper trails, your ankle mobility is going to be tested like this on your way up and like this on your way down. If my ankles are amply mobile and strong, it basically means that my gait going up a steep hill is going to look more similar to my gait on flat ground. I'm giving the other joints in my body more space to work in a range of motion that's comfortable for them. Ankle mobility can be part of the solution if you deal with hiking pain in your knees. And if you do have knee pain, I want you to comment below, because I'm thinking of putting together a video on knee pain specific to hiking and how to help overcome it. But I'm only going to do that if there's enough people that would be served by it. So comment below if that's something you want me to make. So start with calf raises, and you want to do these in a bent knee and a straight knee situation through the entire range of motion. Reason being, one of the muscles that's in your calf works most when you're in a bent knee position, and one works most when you're in a straight knee position. You're also going to want to work on that lateral stability, and so I'm going to put a couple exercises on the screen here for you to see creative ways to work on that. But you'll notice that we're working on balancing and challenging that strength and mobility in the controlled environment that is the gym or your home before you hit the trails. Starting with very easy and progressing to more advanced plyometrics can also be really helpful for building up that ankle mobility and strength. Working on ankle strength and mobility in a variety of different positions means you're going to be ready for what the trail gives you. And it's gonna mean that the muscles and joints above your ankle have more room to work. For example, if we have enough mobility to walk with our heels down and planted on an uphill, we're able to preserve our calf muscles and use more of our primary hip drivers, like our glutes and our quads, to get us up the mountain.
And my quickest tips that seem to have helped people the most when it comes to hiking biomechanics are, first, to use poles. Poles are actually a hiker's best friend when it comes to longevity because they're helping share the load between the upper and lower body. Second, lean slightly forward in an athletic stance when you're hiking downhill. This makes sure that you're not blocking the hip, which means having a totally straight hip, which would put more load through your ankles and knees. The hips are our biggest joint, and so using the muscles around them to absorb that load is going to mean that you feel more spry at the end of the day. Then tighten your core slightly just so that you're supported from upper body to lower, and don't just move straight downhill. Incorporate a little bit of lateral movement as you hike downhill. This is going to change where those forces are hitting you and going to mean that you've done less repetitive movement by the end of the day. And then on the way up, I've got two quick tips. The first one is to make sure you are getting full hip extension at times. So squeeze the glutes a little bit on every couple of steps and make sure that your hips are fully extended. And then the second one, and this has to do with ankles again, when I'm hiking uphill, I will look for rocks or something on the trail to elevate my heel, because at a certain steepness, you can't have your heel planted without hyperextending your knee, and we don't want to be doing that. And when your heel's planted, you're actually able to use your glutes more effectively, which is the biggest muscle in your body, to propel you uphill, reserving and saving those calf muscles. So look for roots or rocks that are on the established trail that help you plant your heel as you're walking uphill. You are going to thank me for that tip at the end of a high vert day.
Now, trust me, a day out in Waterton is made even better by hiring a local guide who knows lots about the area, and from jumping into a lake after your hike. We have so many lakes in Waterton. They are very cold, and that cold exposure is shown to dampen DOMS, or delayed onset muscle soreness. So you jump in a lake, your recovery is going to start sooner and be quicker. And if you don't want to worry about soreness when you're out on a hike, I would suggest you start with that 30-day free Couch to Summit program. If you're a little more advanced hiker and you're looking to really accomplish some dream hikes or go on some dream hikes this summer, then check out our 8-week dumbbell-based pre-hiking program. It has helped so many people have adventures of a lifetime, and I would love to work directly with you to make that happen for you as well.
If you have experience hiking one of these amazing mountains in Waterton, then I want to hear about it. Comment below with that, and I hope you have a wilder week.